Yeah, so the biggest thing about having off-field, off-time relationships with the guys that you play with, the biggest thing is this, is that most of what we do is nonverbal. And because it's nonverbal, the only way that you can actually gain the ability and be astute enough to understand what this person is thinking next to me is to spend time with them. When you don't spend time, you lose that ability to be able to communicate non-verbally as if compared to the guys that do spend a lot of time. When I was with the Dallas Cowboys, the one thing I can tell you that we did more than any other team ever did is we made it a point to spend time off the field, out of the building, getting to know each other. So when it came down to that pressure point, that critical situation, they didn't have to think, what am I going to do? They knew what I was going to do, and vice versa. The only way that you can get that is through spending that intentional time away from the normalcy of what your job calls for. That makes you proficient at your job, but it doesn't make you excellent at your job when you don't spend that extra time. You got to get it. Now, coaches, we can't do that. We can't do that. That involves the players understanding that they want to achieve something elite. And the only way you do that is through conversations, through spending time, through getting to know why this is important to the man next to me. It's really hard to get all of that in a very limited amount of time. We got you 3 hours out of the day, 4 hours at the most, and some of that is transition time. But the thing about it is how you actually get to understand another individual is you have to be dedicated in getting to know them by spending more time with them doing social things, getting to know their families, getting to know their likes, their dislikes, the things that they're good at, not good at. You don't get that in that 3 hours. You got to get that in those other 21 hours that exist throughout the day. I know for a fact that will work in corporate America. Here's why. Because I've seen it done. I worked in an organization before where we did a lot of that, more so than what most organizations did when I worked in the NFL Players Association. We got to know each other by spending a lot of time with each other outside of the workplace. And you also have to factor in that most people that work there have been in the sports industry for years, so you understand that team aspect of it. The thing that's very different today than it's ever been is I was talking to some other coaches about this, other players about this. In college football, you don't have athletic dormitories anymore, right? Everybody has their own way of making money now.
Yeah.
So the need to share resources doesn't exist anymore. You're not going to the same places anymore after the meals or after practice. Most guys don't even go to the same classes if they go to class because they take a lot of their classwork online, which I'm fine with, but it does make you lose that advantage by not being able to spend that quality time outside the organization.